Hi everyone. So today the scripture is on the transfiguration, and you see this ongoing question that we have throughout the Gospels. Why is Jesus constantly telling his disciples, those he cures, the demons that know him, not to tell anyone? It's the same question that comes up in the Gospels today, and it's one worth reflecting on. Unlike what we do today, because if we don't do it, we get left behind, and sometimes even when we do it, we get left behind. We tell everybody what we're doing. Especially in North America, if you're not self-promoting and you're not talking about yourself, what you're doing, where you're going, what's happening in your spiritual life, how you pray, you're getting left behind, especially if you're on your own. Whereas you'll find in other cultures, the Eastern cultures or the African cultures, it's not necessary because people have an understanding, people already know, and by word of mouth, things will come out. But you see this, how Jesus is telling them not to tell anybody. And sometimes that's the prayer experience of just taking things and sitting with them, praying about them in our homes. You see the disciples there where they wanted to build the tents, and just to sit with those images and what is taking place miraculously in our own lives, in our world, things we don't understand. I'm sure there's an explanation for everything in this life, but there are things we don't understand that will become clear to us. So it's good to reflect on that for today, and also for us women who are going through menopause or who have gone through menopause. My mother shares a lot about her life with me, her prayer life, what's happening. So that's how I learn, because she tells me. And I also read a lot. And even when I went through my menopause, I asked my doctor, do I need to take hormone replacement therapies? And he said, no, you don't need anything. Just start taking a multivitamin. And as your body changes, we'll adjust what you have to do. But some of the things we can do, because we can't control what's happening to our bodies, we can make sure we take frequent showers. So for me, I shower in the morning and I shower at night. I have a nice deodorant that I wear. It's not overpowering, but it's a lavender deodorant, or I have a perfume that I wear. Because for me, I go to the church, so I don't want to go to the church and be stinking. And sometimes you do get that. You get people who come in and they're stinking. They're stinking of urine, they're stinking of sweat, and they might be sitting 2 or 3 benches in front of you, but you can smell it. So I have little sachets. You get these sachets now that are filled with, like, mine are filled with cedar fillings. You can hang them in your closets. You can hang them where your shoes are, so that there's that light scent that goes into them. And the night sweats and all that, you can't control it, but you can drink lots of cool water to cool your body down. You can regulate your body that way. And there's lots of articles for us women available to help us, and to help us to reflect on what we can do. And yesterday, I went to church yesterday. I went for the evening mass, and then I came home. Sometimes I go 7 days a week. Sometimes I don't. But if you're going to the Saturday mass here in Canada, you don't have to go on Sunday, because the readings are the same. They don't do the readings from the scriptures for the Saturday on the Saturday and then do the Sunday readings on the Sunday, because people use it after sundown as a way to bring in the Sabbath and as a way to fulfill the Sunday obligation of going to Mass. So sometimes that's what I do. But for us women, you feel marginalized. You feel, even in this day and age, that you're not getting the opportunities to lead. You're not getting the opportunities to oversee things. You're not getting those opportunities in administration. And the priests are always saying they need help. But when people like me step up, when women like me step up, we're not given those opportunities. So we can't control that, but we can speak out. We can tell people, like, look, I've been here a long time, and look at what is happening to my life. Because today they're sending billions, not millions, billions to overseas countries. And yet people like me here, women like me here who are single, are living on less than $2 a day. And where's the support for us? Where's the good paid jobs for us? Where's the support for our widows? So that even is a conflict that came up in the Bible. It's a conflict that happened in the Bible itself. And the church has ways to resolve it, but whether they will help my mother and help our family will only come from pressure from people like me. Because if we don't speak up for Canada, if we don't say we don't want this continuing situation of money going overseas when our own people are suffering, when our own people don't have good paid jobs. For decades, I've been in this country since 2002, earning under $30,000 a year, most years. If it was 1 or 2 years, I'd say, you know what, God gave me these opportunities, I'm happy to help others, but how can I help others if my own life is not secure? If my own job is not secure, if I have no pension? And if you think it's not happening to the Americans, it is. There are many Americans who don't have houses, they don't have homes, they don't have good paying jobs. So they too are saying, why do you keep sending our money overseas in the name of false compassion? Because you need to take care of home first. And that's why Zimbabwe got independence. Make no mistake, that war would have continued. It would have continued. The Rhodesian War would not have stopped. But there were so many problems in America and in Britain and in all these places that people just said, you know what, we've got to fix our own countries first and let the African nations start having their independence. That's what it was. You think that, oh, it's the goodness of their heart and they care about us. They don't. They don't. I'm sorry to say it, but they don't. They don't. So, stop fooling yourself and stop kidding yourself. At the end of the day, we've only got our families. And sometimes, yes, people come together. We come together in our churches. We work together towards common aims. And we help each other. That's love in action. But make no mistake, when I moved here, I moved on my own. My mother didn't do anything. I found the movers on my own. I found the realtor on my own. I packed on my own. In Zimbabwe, at least she had people to help her. We had family friends that came and helped her. Nobody came and helped me. Even when I asked, they don't even pick up the phone to say, hey, how's Belinda doing? Let's go visit her. They don't. I've only got me and my family, and the family are also far away now. They don't even come here that often. So when you think about what love in action means, we need to go to God first, because it's that love of God that helps us to go out and help others. And if my own needs are not taken care of, if I don't have a job, if I can't provide for myself, if I'm not taking care of my own spiritual life, my own prayer life, I can't help others. And it's the same with the church. I can only put my name out there, tell people that I'm a lector, I want to read at Mass, I want to help. And after that, it's the bishops and the cardinals that get to choose. Even Father Larry has limitations on what he does. He's asked many, many times for me to come back and read. But he's been told that we have more than enough people. And now they're bringing in a lot of the priests from Africa, from India to come here. And what about our Canadian priests? We have lovely Canadian priests. We also want to see them on the altar. People like me who have been here over 20 years are not getting the good paying jobs. And we're tired of it because we had to work, we had to retrain, we had to requalify. We went out and helped others. We didn't just sit at home and sponge off the system. Our reputations also matter to us, and Canada's reputation also matters to us. They bombed Dubai. So what's to stop them from coming and bombing here? What's to stop them? Our faith is also important to us. And I, like Muhammad Ali, if they call me and say, oh yeah, you've been drafted into the army, I'll refuse to go. I'll do what he did. I had two very good mentors in my childhood, aside from my parents. I had Elvis and I had Muhammad Ali. And they both taught me very well how to stand up for myself. Because no one's going to stand up for me. I'm going to stand up for myself. And if they say you've been drafted, I'll say I'm not coming. It's not my war. Just like you said Rhodesia wasn't your war. And you left all of us children there to starve, to go hungry, to fight terrorists. You left us. You said, oh, well, we got our problems to deal with. I also got my problems to deal with in Canada. I also want Canada to come up and have good paid jobs and get a job in banking or in the church. I also want to have those positions overseeing things and giving people their share when it's their time and making sure they're treated fairly. And that's what I do. I just don't get paid for it. Others get paid for it. So that's our faith. And I will do it. They draft me, I'll say, I'm not going. It's not my war. You can take me to court. I'll fight you, and then I'll appeal it, and you'll lose. Because there's case law now. You didn't force Muhammad Ali to go and fight other people's wars, so why should I go? I'm not going. You did nothing for me. What did you do for me that was special? Did you do anything? Did you give me any exceptions? Did you throw a party for me? Did you do anything to say, wow, look at this girl. She got nominated for the Canada 150 award and she's not even in her 80s. Did you think of that? No, you didn't. You just said, who are you? Go and live on welfare. That's what you did to me. You got somebody in your community, in your family, that holds a very, very special position in the church, and you don't appreciate it. That's what's sad. That's what's sad. You don't appreciate it. You don't care if I have to go and live in a tent or if I have to go and live on welfare. And moreover, you'll be happy to go and see me live with some man. Do you think I want that, to go and live with some man? Then you'll say, oh no, look, you're bringing shame on the family. You better get married to him. Oh no, I wasn't born yesterday. I'm not a prostitute. I don't accept harems. I don't accept messages about orgies and that people are going to have sex in my backside until it bleeds. I'm not that kind of woman. So raise your standards. Raise them. And start thinking about Canada and what the faith means for Canada. It's time.